item 6A is our first of our public hearing items. Our first one is REZ 2024-18. This is LSO Invest 3910 Old US 41 North. This involves 0.93 acres. It is currently R-21. The request is for CC, and it will have county utilities. Mr. Dillon. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners. As stated, the request here is for the R-21 to be changed to CC zoning, which you'll notice is in line with the pattern we see down at the bottom of your report. You'll see the previous cases there trending. Future land use map does depict this within the urban service area, the corridor overlay, and the neighborhood activity and suburban character center area, which overlaps, but both of them do recommend CC as appropriate. You also have a use chart in your packet, so you can see the particular uses allowed if approved in CC zoning. You do note there are some wetlands depicted on the property. This representation may or not be accurate. Wetlands will need to be fully delineated before any development does occur. But again, you can see a little bit of it here looking north on 41. You'll note the neighboring commercial use there to the north. This is looking south toward the Dent property. This is the first residential lot as you come into that subdivision. And then again, facing more northwest, this is the Hurd property. Mr. Hurd previously owned this property and sold it off in, I believe, 2019. But this is the property from Barker Road looking again west across 41. You see the Dent property to your left, the Hurd property to your right. That green building is the community well for this neighborhood, and Traditions Flooring is there in the background across the street. Again, TRC analyzed the request, considering 100105, the ULDC. The neighboring land uses, again, those trending changes in zoning to commercial for lots facing 41. The unique shape of the lot and its size, the location of those wetlands, and the availability of county utilities, and recommended approval. At the Planning Commission meeting, the attorney for the applicant did speak in favor, stating that the applicants are open to consider conditions for any proposed zoning changes. The neighbors did speak in opposition, stating concerns about residential character of the neighborhood being changed and the potential impacts, including traffic and particular unwanted uses such as a liquor store or nightclub, which ultimately led the Planning Commission to recommend denial of the case 7-1. Several of the Planning Commissioners have reached out to me personally after the meeting, stating that they believe this could be done with potential conditions if the board would consider them. But again, their ultimate action was recommendation of denial 7-1.
Any questions for Mr. Dillon?
Yes, what type of conditions do they suggest? Some like a buffer from Barker side or what have you?
Some of those conditions, again, restricting particular uses like a liquor store or nightclub. There are standard conditions for any commercial development next to residential, including landscaping and buffering. Anything beyond that, particular size of a fence could be one, hours of operation. Those are all within your powers to consider. But again, none were actually stated. You could potentially add, no particular, if you hear something to agree to.
I guess the biggest concern that I heard regarding it after going out there is that they were concerned of entrance and exiting on Barker on the back side of it. But outside of that, I mean, I don't see, understanding the other opposition.
You could easily put a condition of no access on Barker Road. That could easily be accomplished.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions? Then we'll move on to agenda item 6